I'm getting a new car, so I started looking at my garage and thinking about how I could spruce it up a bit. Because it was smoking, Mike.
I've never had it expand like this.
Really?
Yeah.
No, Trig, no. Like it's confetti, Trig. Are you just doing this to make me crazy? I'm getting a new car, so I started looking at my garage and thinking about how I could spruce it up a bit and hide all my junk. I've hooked up with a local company that specializes in garage renovations, and they've agreed to let me come work with them for a week and see what it takes to do a complete garage makeover. Good morning, Terry Tout.
Hey, Sue, how you doing?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to get going building an ultimate garage.
Absolutely. We're going to be at a fellow's place called Ian Anderson. We're starting tomorrow.
Yep.
It's actually going to be an all-week job.
Okay.
We're doing floors, cabinets, on-wall overhead storage.
Wow.
So it's the whole thing, the whole 9 yards.
The whole shebang.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Am I going to get my hands dirty on this job?
Oh, you'll get real dirty.
Really?
Yeah. Doing the floors, expect to be covered in lots of white dust.
Okay.
And then, of course, the cabinets, you need to work them muscles. And
Yeah. Oh, no problem.
You'll get a good feeling for what it's like going out and putting in that UG.
No doubt. That's going to be really neat because I'm seeing now all of the cool things that can be done.
I mean, anything up to putting a motorcycle on the wall.
And it just goes up and then your car
Absolutely.
comes underneath.
It's real easy. Just turn it, up it goes.
Don't worry about him. He goes everywhere I go. This is Trig, my personal paramedic, and he just makes sure that I'm safe wherever I am on any job site. All right, so looks like this is going to be a big job then from all the things
It will
you said.
indeed.
All right, so when do we get going?
We'll be starting tomorrow morning at 7 a.m., so be there bright and early.
7 a.m.
Yeah, okay?
All right. I'll try
Get to work.
Try and get there on time. Come on, Trig, let's go. Trig. Let's go to work, Trig. I managed to crawl out of my bed and be there bright and early at 7 a.m. and Terry was waiting and ready to put me right to work. Terry.
Hey, Sue, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Not bad at all.
Excellent, I'm ready to go to work.
Oh, believe me, we got lots of work for you.
I'm a little scared when I look at that.
Oh, don't worry. It only weighs 350 pounds.
Oh, shouldn't be a problem then. We'll see what happens. Anyway, it looks like I have a big, strong man who's going to help me out,
this
though.
is Mike.
This is
Hi, Mike. Nice to meet you.
Mike can definitely tell you all about the process.
Well, Mike, I apologize in advance for whatever may happen here.
That's okay.
Okay, good.
I'll make sure you don't get hurt.
Okay, deal. We can't say much about the garage floor, but as long as I don't get
Yeah.
hurt and you don't get hurt, we're good to go.
We can fix pretty much anything.
Perfect. Sounds
Not
good.
a big deal.
All right, so what are we going to do?
First, we're gonna take the first top layer off of the concrete.
Yeah.
Make sure we get all the paint off and down to a nice abrasive surface. Eventually, once all that's done, we'll prime the floor, which allows our next two coats to adhere properly to the floor and to the walls. And then from there, we go to a coat where we add the color and we throw our flake into it.
What exactly is the flake?
It's a vinyl composite flake, and it's just pretty much a vinyl sheet that's been crushed up into little pieces, and then different colors mixed together to create different kind of...
Something akin to a latex type of paint.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's got different color flakes in it, so.
And this means once that floor is done, they'll never have to touch it again.
That's right.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right, I can't
It
wait.
actually dries 10 times harder than concrete.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
I think we should have some fun with this. Can't
Sounds
be too
like a
hard,
plan.
right, Mike?
No.
Okay, good.
No, definitely not.
Good, that's a good thing.
So he says.
Yeah, exactly.
So to start you off, this is our biggest grinder of all. Underneath, it actually has a bunch of diamond bits. So what these do is they spin around, and these have diamond chunks in them. And what those do is they take the top layer off, make it a lot easier to grind. Just because diamond obviously is harder than rock.
I love this machine already.
Yeah,
it's
it's
made of
a
diamonds.
beauty.
It's like my best friend right there.
Exactly.
I'm renovating a garage and I'm about to be set loose on a concrete floor with a diamond-studded grinder that's bigger than I am.
This does probably 95% of the grinding.
Okay.
The smaller grinder on that side is just to mainly just get up right up close to the wall.
edges. And is it a powerful machine? Does it pull you around?
It runs off 220 power.
Yeah.
So it definitely has a punch to it.
Is it going to run me into the wall?
There you go. No, hopefully not. And this one's actually not even too loud, but you still might want to put on your ear protection.
Okay.
So what will happen is you gently put it back down onto the floor,
Yeah.
and you walk it around. I'll even let you take it from there.
All right. I don't even need that. It's not
Probably
dusty.
not on this coat.
All right, we'll
or
put that
this
on there.
grind.
See, do you go in a pattern?
Yeah, you can go in circles, or you can go in lines back and forth. It's just a matter of making sure you get it even a little bit further down than that.
So do you stay and just go back and forth?
Yeah, you can stay in the same spot for now, not a big deal. You're not going to take too much off.
Now this machine was cool. My previous experience with a Hummel floor sander, it was a little more difficult. Probably because this machine is actually designed to be destructive. Right up my alley.
All right, so if you want to push it back down, try and push it down if you can. Beautiful. Now you just turn it off,
All right.
and you're good to go. You can set it back down. Well, to finish off the grind, we use a smaller version of the big one that I just demonstrated to you.
Yep.
This is the same kind of concept. It still has the diamond bits underneath, and it rotates the same kind of way as one of the discs on the bigger machine does.
Is the diamond the only thing really that'll kind of do this job as quickly and
it's the
efficiently?
only thing that can bite into the concrete. It's a lot harder than the concrete,
Yep.
whereas metal would deteriorate a lot
Right.
quicker.
Makes sense.
So again, this is hooked up to a vacuum
Yep.
to control the dust. It will be a lot dustier than the
Than the
big
big
one.
one?
Yeah, just because the shroud on the front here is open to allow you to get right up to the wall.
You can't
I
pull that
can close it, but
Can't
it
get
wouldn't
close.
be doing its job. Exactly.
So
we're
it's just
gonna
one of
have to
those
keep that
things
open.
we're going to get dirty.
Exactly.
I'm all
You'll
right
be
with that,
dusty
Mike.
at the end of the day.
I'm good with that.
All right. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make circles with it. You don't want to keep the grinder in one spot for too long.
Okay.
It's not like that one. If you do that, you'll leave a big groove in the ground.
That's a problem.
That is a problem.
Uh-oh.
Just makes more work for us. That's
Okay.
all.
And off I went, hunched over in a cloud of concrete dust. But we were far from finished. After I had done all the edges, Mike showed me what we still had left to do.
So, final step of the grind.
Yep.
We have to make the walls look just as pretty as the floor.
Of course.
So from here,
Yeah, we've got some gross stuff on here.
yeah, the customer probably had something glued to the wall.
Yep.
Can't really tell what it is, but
And you can't get it off either.
yeah, sometimes it peels off, but
Yeah.
sometimes it's a lot easier to take a grinder to it.
I would say that's easier, yeah.
Exactly. So what's going to happen is I'm going to be holding the hose and the cord up for you.
That one's a little more tough to do, and a
Yes.
whole lot of junk spitting up at you.
Exactly. Hitting you in the face and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, that's fun.
Exactly. Well, I think that's it for today.
That's not bad.
Yeah,
All right, so you want me to help you out and do a little bit more?
sure.
Okay. I had so much fun grinding with that big machine that I asked Mike if I could use it again, and he could go use that little hand machine. Terry's crew slaved on way longer than I did, and they ground all the concrete in the garage down to a nice, smooth surface. The next day I arrived and things were in full swing. I got right to work, filling cracks all over the garage with this goopy thing called wall coving. Of course.
Now, if we don't do anything about it, what will happen is when we go to put our coating on the floor, it'll just seep down inside.
Right.
And it doesn't look very good. So what we want to do is we want to take a big bunch of this stuff.
This stuff was really strange. It reminded me of that slimy green stuff you used to get in the toy store as a kid.
So you just take the trowel, the rounded trowel, and all you do is you just keep it tight to the wall
Okay.
and tight to the floor.
And it's just gonna
and
fill in
drag
that
it
crack.
along. That's right.
I can do that, Mike. No
All right.
problem. I think.
And we can always clean it up with the other trowel too.
I was pretty slow, but hey, I am a perfectionist.
And you can go back over it as many times as you want to. So you just take as much as you want in there,
Okay.
and shove it in the hole.
Hey, I like that too.
Squeeze it into the hole.
Kind of like mudding, actually, isn't it? Drywall.
Exactly, it's a lot like that. So what we're gonna do is we're still gonna take that
Yeah.
and just dump a bunch out on the floor
And smooth it out.
and smooth it out. Yeah, just make sure you
So
don't leave any ridges.
any and all cracks have to be filled with this.
Well, you know, certain things you can get away with.
Yeah.
The flake that we put on hides a lot.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because any imperfection, right? It's probably not terribly visible, but
Yeah, and it'll never be perfect.
Yeah.
In the end, it is a garage floor, but we like to get it as close to perfect as possible.
well, you're paying good money for it.
Exactly,
You want it to be as pretty and perfect as possible.
definitely.
Mike and I finished sealing all the cracks in the garage, and then I noticed smoke coming from the wall coving. The purple slime had turned orange, and it was starting to smoke. We're preparing a garage floor for an industrial strength coating, but the product that we're using to fill the cracks has actually started to smoke. Okay, Mike, why was that stuff smoking that way?
Well, actually, it's just the chemical reaction that takes place.
Yeah,
When I put the hardener in it, and in such a concentrated area.
kind of all packed in there.
Exactly. The chemical reaction is a lot more intense.
Yeah.
Like, say, take the primer, for example. If I spread it out over the floor, it'll dry properly, but if I leave it in the bucket, it'll start to smoke.
Oh, okay. Next comes a colored coating on the floor and the flake on top of that. But this stuff dried in like 10 minutes, so that meant I had to get moving and start hucking the flake down.
Yeah, come back to the box here and just grab a handful and throw it at it.
This is the part I was waiting for.
Yeah,
And hard.
exactly. You want to make sure it sticks in there.
And under the stairs?
Under the stairs as well, yeah.
I'm throwing at all the people that I'm mad at right now.
All right, so next step is we're going to be coating the floor and flaking the floor as we did on the walls.
Right.
So, your job, you get to wear these bad boys.
I'm excited. Those look fun.
Now-
Can I tap dance in them?
I wouldn't suggest it. You
Really?
might fall.
Oh, okay.
They're very slippery.
All right.
So, when
So
you're in the product, this
yeah.
allows you to actually step into the product.
Oh, okay.
So that you can be right over top of it when you're adding flake.
And not leaving foot marks and not wrecking it.
Exactly.
So you guys can't be in the product, but I can.
That's right. Exactly.
Right.
So, now this is where we move.
I need the flake. I thought I had to move fast before, but Mike has now spread the coating from one side of the garage to the other, and I'm realizing just how fast I really do have to move now. How's that technique?
Pass me the bucket for 1 sec. Just like this.
Oh God, I was being so,
Don't have to be gentle.
oh well then, hell, here we go. Mike and the crew started getting farther and farther ahead of me, and it was really starting to show me up. Oh, Trig, could you hand me another bucket, please? And in fact, Trig, why are you just standing there doing nothing? Help me. You're getting mad at me. I'm not going fast enough. Come on. No, Trig, no. Like it's confetti, Trig. Come on. That's better. Despite my best efforts, Mike saw some spots that I had missed and made me go back and redo them.
A little bit right there.
In the end, I just couldn't match the speed of these guys.
Sue was a little bit too worried about making too much of a mess or, making a mistake, which is understandable on your first job, but it just comes down to, especially with the flakes, she was worried about not putting too much down, and actually the opposite is you want to put as much down as you possibly can so you make sure you don't miss anything. When we do it, we more or less throw big buckets out at one time as opposed to feeding chickens. So.
Putting down the flake was really the start of the dramatic change in the look of this garage. After it had set, Mike and his crew cleaned off the excess and gave the floor the finishing touch that it really needed to look absolutely beautiful. I arrived the next day to meet up with Terry's installation crew and begin the final phase of this garage makeover. Hey, would you be Ron by any chance?
I certainly would.
I'm Sue. Terry sent me over to work with you.
Oh, great.
I know, lucky you, right?
It is.
I hear we're going to put together some cabinets today, some slat wall, get this garage all finished up.
We are. Yes, we got a big job ahead of us.
I know, it's a big garage, and I see a lot of boxes around here.
Okay.
sure.
So once we get all those measurements done, which I've already done here,
Okay, good, because I'm not good at math, so I'm really glad you took care of that part.
we go over to the slot wall.
Lead the way, sir. What's this product made of? Because I
It's just,
remember this slat wall used to be, you could barely lift a small piece of it. It was so heavy.
It was a lot heavier. Now it's made just of extruded plastic.
Wow.
So
Super light, super strong?
super light, super strong. It can carry a lot of weight. It's just the biggest key with it is making sure that it's fastened in between each of these slots.
Makes sense. Ron had measured everything out for me, leaving me the fabulous task of screwing in all this slat wall. And it was no small task.
Because we're going to continue this all the way down this wall,
Okay.
right up to the very top of the window.
Oh, wow. So does that mean I'm officially your apprentice today?
Yeah, you're my apprentice.
Aw, thank you.
Did you get them all done yet?
No, I think almost.
Almost.
I think I'm missing a couple and that's it.
See?
Nice. I had to place a screw every few inches. I worked so hard on that slat wall, I actually wore out the tools. I think I actually broke the bit.
Oh.
Ron,
Yes.
I think I broke the bit.
Oh, perfect.
You ever seen that happen before?
Well, it's just worn out.
It's
That's
because
all
you
we
just
do.
made me put 8,000 screws in one piece of slot wall.
That's probably about what that bit has done.
That's
So,
about it.
Yeah.
How do you get it?
What?
Are you just doing this to make me crazy?
Want me to show you the trick?
Yeah.
Okay. Real quick. 2 hands instead of what you're probably trying to do is stick it in there and go.
Yeah.
Use your hand to guide it.
I know, but it's cutting me. Look, I'm sensitive. I just got the hang of it, and then we had to move on. It was time to install these massive storage cabinets.
Okay, so all we got to do now is just push this thing up against the wall.
Seems
we
so
have
easy, but these are heavy, aren't
These
they?
are heavy, yes. Yeah.
It doesn't line up so well, Ron.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is those can screw out on the bottom.
The feet adjust?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you want to just grab that so you're not sitting on cold concrete with your
You're
knees.
so sweet. Thanks
helps.
for thinking of me. Leveling the cabinets is just the same as, say, adjusting the feet on your washing machine. Except that these are 8-foot-high steel cabinets, so it's just as easy. Do you want me to kick it? That's what I usually do.
Yeah.
That usually solves every problem there is.
Tell you
Just
what,
kick it really hard.
you stick that in through that hole and I'll get the nut on it.
All right.
You can see it. It's right in through the...
Yeah.
Through?
Yep.
Perfect.
Hey, if you're paying a whole lot of money, you want to make sure
Well, you
that
wanna-
everything lines up.
Exactly.
Because the customer will notice it eventually and say,
They will.
come on.
I install it like I'm going to do it at my own house. so,
Exactly.
you know, so what we do is once we've got them all bolted together, we anchor them to the wall
Okay.
up there. But nobody likes seeing that sort of thing.
Right.
It's not very pretty.
Ron showed me the finishing pieces that made these cabinets so impressive. Strong, heavy shelving, and each shelf had to be screwed into place. Well, thanks for showing me, Ron. I'm really impressed. It's a lot of work. It's a long job to put all this stuff together, but boy, when it's finished, I bet it will just look spectacular
It
in here.
will be. Anybody that I've done this for, they are over the top.
I bet, for
They
sure.
just love it.
Well, I'm going to come back and see the finished product. Right
Do
now, I need to go see Terry because I think he owes me a paycheck for some of the work that I've
Oh,
done anyway.
oh, good luck.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll let you know how it goes, but I'll be back. Thank you so much for showing me all
You're
what you
very
do.
welcome.
I'm very impressed. Can't wait to see the end of it.
All right. I'm
Okay.
looking forward to seeing you back.
Get back to work.
No, thanks.
In the end, the garage looked absolutely fantastic. And it really opened my eyes to the organizational options that there are today to move, or in my case, hide the junk in my garage and make room for my new car. But now it was time for my report card. So I went back to talk to Terry. Terry, I'm back.
Hey, Sue, how you doing?
Oh, I'm tired. That was a really, really big job, but I'm really, really pleased with the results. Boy, does it ever look spectacular in that garage.
Lots of work going into a garage of that kind.
Yeah, for sure. And the boys were really fun. I had a great time working with Mike doing the floor and with Ron putting the cabinets and the slat wall up. It was pretty cool.
Absolutely. Well, they're a dedicated crew. They're a bunch of good guys.
They really are.
Lucky to have them.
Hard working for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's a lot of work.
Yeah, well, that is a big garage project.
Yeah.
I mean, when you look at the amount of work that goes into it, you know, it's surprising. I mean, customers sometimes ask about, you know, why it costs maybe as much in the way of services, but if you don't do it right, you know, you might as well just do it yourself. And if there's a lot of guys who can't, I mean, I own the company, and don't ask me to put a screw in straight.
Well, let me tell you, Mike and Ron are perfectionists. Everything is extremely precise in that garage. I was really impressed. They didn't let anything slip by.
absolutely.
You know, they made sure. So, you know, I thought I'd just pop by after the job was all done and, well, see how I did.
Well, the guys gave me a pretty good report.
Yeah.
You were a little slow in getting the flake down for the floor.
Yeah, I was trying to make it look all pretty, and then they came along and push.
Well, that's because the product is designed to set up quickly.
And yeah, you have to move quickly with
Yeah,
that thing for sure.
exactly,
So
exactly.
I did an all right job though.
Oh, yeah.
I got to wear those pointy shoes and go and fill all the spots that they missed, so I really kind of came in handy.
I was going to say, your hair's not even white.
I had a shower.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You that or a good vacuum,
It's a dirty job for sure.
isn't it?
And the cabinet install, Ron said it was okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you must have had fun moving a 350-pound cabinet.
He helped me a little bit
There
with
you
that,
go.
but you know, I did do most of it.
And then, of course, now that you're such a professional at, you know, as Ron said, screwing around,
Yeah.
I got more work for you.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I'm done. But say next time you need an extra pair of hands, you give me a shout.
Okay, we'll do
Okay.
that.
Thanks, Terry.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Now that I've seen how much work is involved in a garage makeover, I think I'll wait till spring to tackle mine.
Hardening in the bucket. And it gets very warm.
Who the hell's Dennis Hopper here?
Don't worry about him. He goes everywhere I go. This is Trig, my personal paramedic, and he just makes sure that I'm safe wherever I am on any job site.
Oh, okay.
So just don't worry about it. Keep going.
Okay. Well, as I said, this is a lift that can go up to 6 feet in height, with or without occupant.
This episode of Remodel It With
you
Her
can store
features
your
the music
ATVs,
of
make
She
room
Loom.
to, park vehicles underneath, park a second ATV, whatever you want.
I'm not working in these conditions. Forget it. For more information on this episode and garage makeovers, visit facebook.com/remodelitwithher.